All right, let's kick off the first full trading week of the year because yesterday definitely gave markets something to chew on. Hey everyone, it's Tuesday morning, January 6th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. All right, let's get started. So, U.S. stocks pushed higher after a pretty dramatic weekend headline. The U.S. military strike and capture of Venezuela's president shifted focus straight to energy markets, and that gave oil stocks a strong boost. At the same time, optimism around artificial intelligence demand came roaring back and lifted tech names. The Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped about 1.2% and even briefly crossed 49,000 for the first time ever. The Standard & Poor's 500 added roughly 0.6%, and the Nasdaq Composite also gained around 0.6%, bouncing back after Friday's mixed close. Now, even though the Venezuela situation grabbed attention, most experts downplayed any long-term economic fallout. Markets seemed more focused on what comes next, especially for energy and tech. U.S. oil majors rallied on expectations that rebuilding Venezuela's energy infrastructure could benefit them. Chevron surged about 5%, while Halliburton jumped more than 8%, with other energy names moving higher as well. Meanwhile, investors also leaned a bit defensive. Gold moved higher, the U.S. dollar strengthened, and the 10-year Treasury yield slipped to around 4.15%, putting bonds on track for their first gain in about a week. On the tech side, the artificial intelligence trade stayed front and center. Shares of a major contract chipmaker jumped after upbeat analyst expectations for another year of solid growth. At the same time, one of the world's largest electronics manufacturers reported record fourth-quarter revenue, driven by strong demand for artificial intelligence products. All of this sets the stage for the big tech gathering in Las Vegas, with a closely watched keynote from NVIDIA's CEO later today, an event many investors see as a key tone setter for the artificial intelligence narrative in early 2026. And finally, attention now shifts to economic data. This week marks a return to a more normal flow of numbers, with Friday's jobs report as the main highlight. Experts expect payroll growth of roughly 55,000 for December. So yeah, geopolitics, artificial intelligence, energy, and jobs data all colliding at once. A busy start to the year, and we're just getting started. All right, that wraps up today's Capital Markets Quickie. Join me again tomorrow morning for more market updates. See you then.